darkness. Last night the rain was so strong all night. It's thunder, and we almost felt the mist of the rain, pouring rain. And my ex woke up early at 5 and the pitch dark, and packed up, and we walked through the wet trail and the rain and mud, and he was ready to leave. And to hug someone, maybe knowing that it might be the last time you see them ever, is someone you adore so much. It's quite sad. It's very sad. And I needed to go to yoga to recenter after I said goodbye to him. And I just show up on the mat as how I am and how I'm feeling. And we started with the baby's pose, where you tuck your chest in and you're on your thighs, and you lay with your forehead on the ground. And I let myself cry and just feel all of the sadness that I was experiencing. The teacher, one of the first, I've been here for over a month now, and the teacher made us kind of rub our hands together to be warm, and then cover our eyes with our warm hands. And I don't remember ever doing this before. And she said, enjoy the darkness. And I feel like that resonated so deeply in me. You know, often when I show up at the mat, the teacher said something at the beginning of the class that's almost the theme of my day, and I went, darkness. That is my theme today. Just enjoy it. Enjoy being in that complete darkness. I don't have to try and make myself feel better, pacify myself, distract myself. No. I'm sad. I am heartbroken. I'm in deep grief. And to just enjoy that. It's rare in my life when I am this heartbroken. I don't even remember the last time I was so heartbroken. And so to enjoy being in that darkness. Later in the day, which was a perfect timing too, we had this offering that was emotional release, 2.5 hours of about 20 people in a room, and we sat in a circle and we shared what our feelings were and how we were. There was a lot of anger, a lot of rage that was coming up for whatever, the rain, the discomforts, whatever things were going on in their life. And then we had these props, like a nice, almost like a nice mattress to lay on, a noodle, a pillow to scream into, like a cushion to punch into, like really everything. And I've done a few workshops here. And I haven't been angry, nor have I wanted to tap into my anger, because I'm quite comfortable. All of my childhood and 20s, I was easily able to express anger. And so today I showed up with deep sadness and grief, and it's like, okay, I'll have this hour to release my sadness. So she was teaching us different tools of how to access different emotions, and she blasted on the music, and she let ourselves just express without judgment. And I was very surprised, because my grief, my tears and crying quickly turned into anger. And I got to really express all my anger for this man just choosing to leave, and not for giving up on us and walking away. And It was sadness, but it was deep anger too. And yelling and screaming and using my noodle and to hit this wall, and an hour of that, release, cry, yelling and screaming. And wow, you walk away from that feeling 10 years later. I felt like all of my darkness was just dispelled and I was light again. And I went to sharing circle and then supper with nice conversations, and then this beautiful night of dancing, room with maybe 30, 40 people, and we got to move around and dance together in this lightness and ease. And really, I think it was because of allowing my space to go deep into my darkness so I could rise up instead of holding that for days or weeks or months or years. I went deep into catharsis and released it in those couple hours this afternoon, which was very, very liberating for me. So when was the last time you gave yourself an hour? Maybe if ever. I don't know that many adults who do that. Give themselves 1 hour to scream, yell, use a noodle, hit the wall, release all of those emotions. And she was saying some people, we are go in freeze mode, so we don't feel anything. We're on the mat and we don't even feel any emotions or sadness or pain or anything. She goes, your nervous system went into freeze mode, and it is so scary. All of the emotions and the hurt and the pain and everything that wants to come up just below the surface, that we numb ourselves out. We don't actually feel anything. And just to have compassion for ourselves at that moment, because there's just a floodgate of emotions that are almost too painful to deal with. So we just numb ourselves. We don't even want to deal with them. Just to have compassion for ourselves until the moment is right for us to let those emotions come to the surface. So I invite you today to express some emotions in a safe environment alone, where the emotions don't have to go sideways and hurt others, but it can just really be a deep, deep, dark, but enlightening release.